about. Let's also get some soundtrack here. And the thing that I'm going to show you now is something really, really incredible. I had no idea that this was possible until I've started to investigate the potential of the auto I key. People out there, I think they don't understand this feature seriously, because the fact is that the conventional inverse kinematics through bone constraints that you can use with Blender, usually I think there's only two, that it will be the the inverse kinematics bone constraint. I'm actually using one of them here, but you see, we can't drive these some values here. Oh, this we can drive, okay, but it can be a mess. So touching all this in the I key bone constraint is usually very, very messy. And Valley, welcome. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Oh, it just started now, don't worry. So here I'm presenting in 1 hour or so, I'm presenting what I've reached here with Aisha rigging, as I was investigating I had already, just a quick interruption, I already had a rig set up here on my Gumroad page. It's free, you can download there this simultaneous FKIK rig. Okay, but it was experimental, and I was able to achieve this without any dependency cycle. But when did I did that? This was done in many months ago, right? Blender 3.6.4. I think there's no date here when was this released. Yeah, a shame. I don't see when the time it was released, but it's okay. Many months from now. And now apparently I have a setup which is way more powerful and sort of solves what the other couldn't solve, or makes it more clean. Yeah, certainly. And there's no dependency cycles also. So I'm going to show there is a complete new feature that not only I've solved some very tricky features here, and I need to thank to that one guy that is a YouTube maker. It's many people, of course, but this is not a single solution, but it is the iKey. Hold on, I have it here. Where's that? This one. So I had no idea this other feature would be. So this famous guy here, Ryan King Art, here in this tutorial how to set up ARM iKey rigging. Yeah, that looks like just a rigging iKey rig tutorial like any other one, right? But there is a different thing here. He teaches how to get the iKey bone constraint not in the shin or the forearm as usually we see, but in other place, like a bone like here. So this bone is connected, right? Parented connected, but it's like the chain continues there. And don't use the tail in this case. So this new way of this different way to make the iKey bone constraints ended up being much more interesting for this that I was doing, because let's explain what's going here. I'm using Auto iKey, which is an option for 3D animation inside Blender that we can just turn on and off. And so I have a shortcut here, which is just Shift Alt X and Shift X for X mirror. All right, so X mirror, X axis mirror, we know what it is. They work together. if we want. So what does this thing do? Well, first, if we just enable it on, there's one thing that I've learned just recently, that, for example, let's pick one bone that would be free to move, this one, because now the bone constraint is not here. The IK bone constraint is here, is one step further in the chain, in the F key chain, just as here. So instead of being on the shin, it is on the ankle or the foot equivalent bone. So what happens is that with this setup, I have a complete different skeleton here. I'm gonna show you what is it. This skeleton is not any regular skeleton. This is a skeleton for, well, it is quite a regular, but it's all parented connected here. And with auto IK, what that allows us to do is to have, you see, if I don't have auto IK option, this is sort of stuck, except for some bones, right? The head, the extremities. We can do something with pure FK here that is nice, so we can quickly turn on and off if we want. But even if it is turned on, we can, as we grab, it's not rotating, it's grab, we can scroll up or down the, there, I grab, then I can, you see, auto IK length. So 0 would be go up, scroll up, it will be infinite. And you see what I'm able to do here, right? And any bone can do it. So if I grab, for example, this one, and I get grab here the head, and I want auto IK length of 1. So now I have the only the head. Then I can augment to grab 2, neck, and they have bendy bones, so at least the neck, right? These are not deformed bones, this is the control rig, the deformed rig is right there. I can then expand. So you see, oh, but then the arms are still in place. Well, this is not so problematic because we can actually, so this is why I took off the chain, the IK bone constraint from here, because now look what I can do. If I pick these two and augment the length, this is crazy. And I can change the length, yes, just so I have still the system for regular IK bone constraint, but I can control the chains from here. Well, not this alone because it is stuck because of this bone, but here probably I can do this. Even this, if I, yeah, I have some freedom. I can do something just with this bone if I want. And because of how auto IK option works, how to explain that? It keyframes this posing for all the bones in the chain, so they are all keyframed automatically. So it's not like you are getting, they are keyframing as if you have posed them manually. So this is insane. It's not like, oh, you have an F key and I key and this is struggling together. No, they are all combining into the F key posing, let's say. Of course, then this is the sort of the I key master for the hand. Of course, this can create some inconvenience, but in principle, nothing more than anything that already exists normally. And the setup here is goes much beyond that I'm explaining, but essentially we have all the functionality of auto IK option plus with some limitation, because right, plus the you see, I've made a bone constraint here that allows me to limit distance from. So you see what I can do here, right? And if I just want to push, okay, this, so this is disconnected parenting. So you see, I cannot to this center of gravity. So I cannot just like the feet, right? So the feet, I cannot, so they are pinned to the ground as we want, right? So we have this functionality, and I can, same as the hand, look what I can do. I can even pull beyond on the spine, but there I reach a technical logical problem in Blender where I still need to figure out what is better. Is that maybe there's even more advanced setup for that, is that I have to split the spine bottom and down, and here I need to make some improvement because here is breaking. I was struggling to solve that, but this is what I'm going to try to do today. So this is what's happening. So when I pull this stuff, okay, let's say if I pose here, right, have regular I key for the chain. This is why these bones, by the way, they are not blue, they are teal, because they are part of the Ike chain, the regular from Ike bone constraint. However, if I pick them individually and with auto Ike option on, and I augment maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, so see I start to control all the other leg, and then I grow up to the spine until there would be some spine. But this is not very good right now because this is pinned, so I need to pick this and this, and so now I can have all this motion going on. If I just pick this, I don't have this functionality. Of course I can pick both and maybe reduce this chain to just 3, you see, and I can X mirror that, of course. I can, yeah, so usually this is more free to move, I think. No, I think it's still relying on this Ike chain, yeah, so, no, this is indeed more free, but it's a bit awkward, right? So this I think would be better. Also, let's take off, and we can just get it one length of here. So you see, this is all auto Ike. Hold on, what's happening here? Okay, so also for the spine, I think I showed that right already. So if I want to F key the spine, I just turn off auto Ike, and there we go. There is a problem though. Let's see if there is really a problem. Okay, I have this bone here. No, this needs auto Ike, I guess. Something I'm missing here. Hold on. No, this is not the bone. Something here is weird. This I need to fix. It was working. Maybe more of the. Oh, this bone is not in the chain exactly. The chain must be connected. Hold on. Need auto Ike. Chain length of. Yeah, so this is going. The rig here can be improved, but anyways, here is would be sort of the torso bone, but look what I can do. And if I can, of course, I'm missing something here. Okay, here we go, some torso thing. Oh, it's the Ike, of course. Hold on. Turn off. Well, looks like I'm having a problem here. I'm forgetting one trick. Let's say, okay, I have F key here if I want, or maybe here. Yes. So just so I don't need with this chain. Actually, I didn't even turn. Oh yes, I don't need to turn off because I just go to the rotate, right? That's it. And rotate doesn't activate auto I key. And then I can, instead of rotate, right, reduce the chain. So it's very, very dynamic. Let's augment the chain. Augment a little more until it's, yeah. And then if this is FK and this is I key because, but then I can change. Now it's all I key. So this is like insane. Just so people who say, oh no, this is auto key is a limited option, they don't know what they're talking about, because you can't do this with I-key bound constraint because it's too rigid. It certainly allows this kind of pinning, which is super good, especially for leg rigging. So this is something that the auto I key can only do if you have an inverse chain, apparently. So it will have to get. So that is be a next level that I'm not even sure this will be possible. Maybe with some breaking parenting, some sort of Rigify stuff. But even Rigify doesn't use that, although it does use other features. So another thing, so you see these chains I can totally, yes, so this is how cool this thing is, auto I key, but then you need this kind of skeleton, right? You need a skeleton that has, it's all parented connected. So then you can have all these cool features, but it's really what really I needed tons of iterations the last days just to find out the possibilities. So in the beginning, I was trying to make this control I key chain everywhere, but I wasn't able to connect this with the conventional structure, right, of I key bound constraint. And now I found out, thanks to that tutorial that I've mentioned, which explained another way to do inverse kinematics. So I never thought about bringing the chain up to here with the bound constraint here. And actually, so there